I think I've been a bad influence on you, he says, smiling even though he's nearly ghost white beneath his tan. You're far more violent now than you were when we first met. And today, Misty and I are chatting about Toxic by Nicole Blanchard.
Yes, and this came from the Buddy Jar.
Oh,
And a
yeah, I forgot
real
about that.
a real quick synopsis. She's a nurse at a prison. Her husband is the warden. He's very abusive to her. There's a new prisoner who just got transferred in and he's causing all kinds of trouble. Then he uses the nurse to escape prison after he's killed somebody. And then obviously he wants her. She doesn't want him. Things happen. She does she kill her husband or does he kill her husband? I can't remember. There's a
I
tussle.
think
Somebody kills her husband,
I think she
and
did.
I think she might have did too. She goes on the run. He tracks her. The bad people that he are in his world try to use her as a as bait. It works. Then they fall in love and live happily ever after.
Yeah,
There's
pretty
a lot of
much.
bad shit that happens in between. We
Yeah.
have spousal abuse. We have miscarriage. Obviously, violence. I think that about sums it up. Yeah, we can. Okay, I have questions, but I'm gonna let you go first.
No, I want your questions
Okay,
first.
so my first question is, and maybe it's because I was doing a puzzle as I was listening to the book, but I never understood or I never clearly got the answer of did he pick her because she's the warden's wife or did she just happen to be or he just liked her or because she was a nurse? Like those were the three things that were spinning in my head that I couldn't like did he specifically target her because she's the warden's wife or because she's a nurse or he liked her and then just built his plan around her?
Can we go for the latter just to like soothe my little light and fluffy heart?
Yes. Yes, we can.
No, I think a case could be argued for any of those. I do think he really liked her from the start. There wasn't any because when he was doing his intake, he latched onto her like that.
Mhm.
And at that point, and I mean, I guess he could have been doing research on the prison. You don't really figure out, or you don't get to know, like what his plan was prior to getting into the prison. Like, there's none of you don't get any of that backstory,
Right.
or even why he needed to kill the guy in the first place.
Just hired hitman to just doing his duty.
Oh yeah. Okay. So anyway, I think an argument could be said for any of it. I think you could argue that he latched on to her immediately, didn't know where she was going to be in the prison, and ended up being able to work it around her, or because he knew she was going to be a nurse in the prison, that's who he latched onto. I think you could argue any of those points.
Okay. I think that kind of irritated me as I was going throughout the books. Like, was this intentional? Was it not intentional? Was it happen chance? Like, I needed to.
Yeah.
I feel like that would have, if that would have been clearly defined, that might have would have changed what I thought about it. I
So
don't.
which way would you have preferred it to go? Like he latched onto her because it was her, or she ended up just being part of the plan because of it was convenient.
I would have liked. I think to make it more angsty for me, I would have liked it if he needed a nurse for his plan to go. And then it just happened to be
Yeah.
her. And then it's like, oh, I like her, but I need to use her. So kind of that maybe just to see a little bit of struggle with him.
Yeah.
I would have liked that, but not like in a way to like humiliate her. I would not have liked that.
Right.
But
Yeah, I can
I
appreciate
think
that.
that would have made it more because he knew that he was going to have to be extracted, right? So we can make the assumption that he had at least a few contingencies, right? Because he had
Yeah.
the ambulance people already. And apparently he already had guards in his pocket because of the one scene where he gets her to go to the cage, not to the, well, I mean, it is a cage, but to go to his cell.
Yeah.
I think it would have, for me, that would have, that little nugget would have probably made me like it a little bit better.
Yeah, I can see that. I think having any of the backstory, like like, I mean, maybe not who hired him, but like you get him, you find out that he is a hitman and he's targeting this person, and this is, I think having more of his point of view would have been, what did it have any of his point of view?
No, it's all from her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I think we're spoiled, and I think everything we've read is multi or dual point of view.
I
So I
think,
think that's what we're missing.
yeah, I mean, to your point, I think even if it wasn't dual point of view, he could have told her, or a prologue. A prologue would have been
Yeah,
really nice to help kind of like set the stage
yeah.
about, I mean, you kind of sort of already know, but blurbs are yuck and I don't like blurbs. I try not
Well,
to read
and
blurbs.
there was a point before you find out like who he was in the first few chapters where I thought possibly he was like FBI, he was undercover somehow, and then I
I thought
remembered
he
like
was
in the blurb, I
undercover.
was like, yeah, okay, so I'm not totally crazy in having that
No,
thought.
I thought so at first I was like, "Oh, he's maybe," and it doesn't have to be like FBI or anything, but I was like, "He has targeted her because he's trying to investigate her husband. Like the hit
Yeah.
is towards the
Oh, yeah, yeah,
husband
yeah,
or
yeah.
something." That's where I
Yeah.
was going, which I would have thought would have been better, but
I don't know. I think what, almost kind of going back to the original point, I think what had him latch on to her was his ability to rescue her.
mhm.
So like, and because I mean, that first interaction, he's immediately like, did someone hurt you, little mouse?
Yeah.
And, she has to like play it off or whatever.
He can see her vulnerabilities because of his experience as well.
Yeah.
I mean, for a book, I mean, it was simple, straight and narrow. Like there was nothing crazy about it, nothing.
I'll say this. I mean, I know it's a dark romance, and I don't even remember what the trigger warnings were, but her torture chapter was a lot rougher than I anticipated anything happening in this book. Like it was pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
And she was there for like 3 days, which is insane.
Mhm. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I'm
But I
pretty
mean, I
sure
mean
that
that's
was
the darkest.
yeah, I would well, I would say yeah, that is probably the darkest, and then I think the second part would be her husband beating her, but we didn't really see that a lot on page.
Yeah.
He hit her, but we only always ever saw the first hit.
Yeah.
I really don't like spousal abuse. I really don't.
Yeah, it's rough.
I I blame it on consequences because that shit like fucked me up, okay? I just cannot.
Yeah.
I can't. I mean, I can, obviously. I just
Yeah.
don't want to.
Yeah,
It's
that's why, I mean, I know we had a whole episode that talked about it, but like that's why I couldn't finish the series. Once I knew she got back together with him after he almost killed her,
mhm.
mm-mm. Nope.
Yeah.
I stand by my opinion that is a dangerous series.
So was there anything that you liked, didn't like?
I don't know. Like I feel like the torture of like her torture didn't need to happen. Like I really did. I feel like it was, this is just my opinion. But I feel like the author felt like it wasn't dark enough to be considered dark romance, even though the characters had like a morally gray type of situation, personality, whatever. So in order for her to feel like it hit the dark romance level that she wanted it to, she had to add this scene. And I I I feel like I'm okay with that level of darkness if it's consistent,
Mhm.
like across the board. And I feel like you had like a pretty, like, I don't know, for lack of a better way to like explain this, you had like from a scale of 1 to 5, the darkness was at like a 2, and then all of a sudden we're at a 5, and then you're back down to a 2 for the rest of the book. And it just felt out of place. And I think it would have been it better. I think I would have liked it better if it didn't have that scene, or if it
Mhm.
maybe like she went through a few hours of it instead of 3 days. Like it's not that it shouldn't have happened at all. I just think the level it went to is way too much.
The level of intensity.
Yeah.
I can see that. I also, as you were talking, I was thinking that it's potentially she needed to give the main female character another excuse. And I say excuse because she was trying to find reasons to allow herself to be with an assassin or vigilante or contract killer, whatever you want to call
Whatever.
it. So
Yeah.
now that she wants her own personal vengeance or vendetta, oh, well, now I could be with him because now we're at the same level. I've killed people. I've wanted to get back at people, which I don't
Yeah.
like that either.
Yeah.
I don't like that at
Yeah.
all.
I feel like I just feel like the relationship development could have been done better and differently.
Mhm. Because I don't think they're gonna last, and that's saying something because a romance couple should last, and I'm like, they're not gonna last.
Yeah.
Like, you just there's the I think sh it was I'm not saying that the main female character shouldn't been hesitant or questioning things, but I felt like she did it too much to where now I don't believe that there is an HEA for the couple,
Yeah.
and I think that's another thing that threw me off. Yeah, I just don't think that the couple's believable. I think that's my problem, now that we're talking about it. It
Yeah,
just
I could see that.
he has more feelings for her than him for for her than she does for him.
Yeah.
Wait, did I say that right?
Mhm.
Universe, translate that for everybody, okay? They listen, right? So I think because I had that feeling of this isn't a couple, I guess maybe that's why I just like, I focused more on my puzzle, I think, than the story.
I mean, fair. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't it wasn't bad. I enjoyed it while I read it, but like it's forgettable, I guess.
I don't even remember how it do we remember why it was put in the jar? It was trending, wasn't it? Is that why?
No.
No.
I mean, yeah, it was popular on Book Talk. And I mean, there's definitely a couple really good scenes. Oh, the other thing that I found, and okay, so I think why it kind of triggered you for consequences was we went from him being like a prisoner, kind of slummy, kind of has like this just grimy bad guy vibe. And then we do a whole 180, and all of the sudden he is like this opulent, living, rich, gentleman that wants to like save her, but also, locks her in the room and keeps her on this compound. And like all of those boxes were ticked and totally followed the same pattern as consequences.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I bet that's why. Because I could totally, because like as you're reading, you're visualizing like how
Mhm.
things look and like how people move and like how they're dressed and all the things. And as I got to thinking about the book, I was like, oh my God, in my head, like the consequences house is the same as the toxic house.
Apparently they're neighbors. They run in the same circles apparently.
Yeah, so I could totally see how that would be a turnoff. And then plus you have the spousal abuse, except in this scenario, it's two different people.
Mm-hmm.
The spousal abuse isn't the person who is rescuing slash keeping her against her will.
Yeah.
Uh,
The things that make you go,
yeah.
and the things that trigger you. I guess maybe triggering is not the right word, but just ick.
Yeah. Give you the ick. Is there anything I was trying to think of like how spicy it was, and I really don't remember it being super spicy.
They made out in the prison.
Yeah.
The first time they had sex was in her dead husband's blood next to his body. I don't know if that's spicy or not,
Yeah.
but hey, we don't kink shame here. Do whatever you want to do, okay? But
I mean, her husband
next
did deserve
time,
it.
let's, we can make that closed door, right? We don't need to see that.
I thought they went into a different room. They were in
Did
a different
they?
room.
Are we
Yes.
sure?
100% sure because
Okay, because
she
in my head, they were doing it right next to the dead body. And I'm like, I don't really care for
no,
this.
no. Now, I do think she mentioned like she still had her husband's blood on her,
Oh, okay.
but they were in a different room, different area of the house.
Okay. You know what I'm thinking as we're sitting here talking about this? I wonder if he set her up on purpose to be bait. You can't tell me somebody who is of his caliber is not going to think that she's going to run the first chance that she gets after they had sex. He just thought she was just going to just sit there and wait for him?
No, he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do that.
Okay.
Would he?
I don't know, but he's pretty smart. I mean, I don't know. Like again, I don't feel like they're a couple. So I never really felt like I just felt like they were like is fuck buddies the right word? I don't know. Situationship?
Yeah, I
That's a new thing
mean,
apparently.
yeah, situationship. Yeah, I think at the very least, up until the very, 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 very end, I think you could totally consider it a situationship because she's not even sure if she's going to stay. And then all the things happen. And then she's like, I can't imagine living life without him because hello. So yeah, and I hadn't thought about it like that, but I do agree. I think part of what makes this book like not stick with you after the fact is like I don't think of them as a couple right now.
Mhm.
You know, and I've never considered that point for anything ever. But like I consistently think about Laura and Aaron and how they're doing. And like,
Mhm.
you know, all of these other like favorite couples I've had over the years. And yeah, I
100%.
don't think I don't think I would ever think of them. I can't even remember her name right now.
You said it was Tessa. When you were reading the quotes, you said a name Tessa. I'm assuming that's
Oh,
her.
yeah. Yeah, probably.
I don't,
And then
yeah.
his name is Grayson.
But that's not his real name. But do we ever learn his real name?
It's not his real name.
I'm pretty sure it's not his real name. That's just the name that he went in. He says he always have aliases when he goes, into things like that. So I just assumed it wasn't his name.
Well, he goes, so everyone knows him by King or calls him King, I guess, but his name is Grayson Kingsley.
If you say so.
Are you sure?
I don't know. But the only reason I say that is because he's like, this is my place. Nobody knows who I am. I always have aliases. Da 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 da.
Oh, yeah, true. I don't know. Maybe he might not be his name.
My king could essentially be like a nickname that he like builds his from
Yeah.
his real name. But and another reason why I was thinking that the reason why he let her go to set it up or at least to see what she would do is
Hmm.
because, like you said, like apparently he's stalking her. He knows where she's at. He
Yeah.
has people. Why did it take 3 days to get to her?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah. Agreed.
you just
But
stroll
okay.
in and have a casual, like, I'm just thinking of all the possessive dudes that we know that if they went in and saw their woman had been tortured, like, they're just gonna
Yeah.
be so casual about it. And I know it's from her perspective, so we don't get it from his, but she could have been like, oh, I saw him like tighten his fist behind his back, or, you know, the tick in his, you know, like something, but
Yeah.
nothing. I don't know. I don't know. Just speculation. But back to your point, I do not see them as a couple either. I think that's why it doesn't stick with it. There's nothing in this series, even with or this book, whether you agree with the torture or not, there is nothing that's significant that stands out that says, "Hey, look at me."
Yeah.
So, I think we can continue to pick apart and speculate, but I wonder if this is her first book. I'm going to check really quick. Toxic 2017. Nope, she's had other books before this. So
Hmm.
it's not her first book. She has a First to Fight 9-book series that
I mean,
started
I
in
would read something of
2015.
hers. I would read something of hers again.
Yeah, I would give it a shot.
Because I mean, it wasn't a bad book. It was just, like I said, it was a forgettable book. And, I wouldn't mind trying something else of
Another
hers.
one. I agree.
But I would do a standalone before I did a series. Like, there's no way I would start a
100%.
series. So,
I like that. We've come up with a new term in a forgettable book. This is a
yeah,
forgettable book.
yeah.
And do we see, oh, for the foreshadowing for the episode, we're talking about plot and development and all that. Forgettable book. And do we think about the couple after we've read the book and think
Oh,
about how
yeah.
they're doing? Those are some good
Yeah,
things to think about when
definitely.
we start developing that.
Yeah, for sure.
Are we ready to rate? Anything else?
Yeah, no, I think we're good. I think we're ready. So, darkness?
3? Yeah, 3.
Yeah, I think three is fair.
I think 3 is good. Like you said, with the caveat of, I
Yeah,
mean,
her torture scene is a lot. We've read considerably worse, though.
true, true. So for our scale, it's a 3. Okay. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you were asking about the spicy before we got sidetracked. They made out in the thing. They had sex once. They had sex once or twice at his house. But
Yeah.
I'm saying a 2 for spicy, maybe a 1.
I would say at least a two, just because they did have sex in the house with her dead husband after she
Okay,
killed him.
not next to them like I thought.
Not next to them, but I'm pretty sure they both still have blood on them, and that's just yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Overall,
overall, okay, let's do it. You want to see if we can time it where we do it together?
okay, and we hold up our fingers.
Yeah.
Okay, or say it. We
All
can
right.
say it. Yeah, because it's
Okay.
audio. It's not visual. People can't see. We're gonna hold up our fingers and then not tell nobody what it was.
And then just keep it a secret.
Yes. Okay,
Okay.
on 3 or after 3?
Like 1, 2, 3, and then say it.
Uh-huh, so after 3.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. 1, 2,
Okay.
3, 2.
3.
Really, a 3?
I mean, I enjoyed reading it. If I
Okay.
didn't enjoy reading it, I wouldn't have finished it because I physically read the Kindle version.
Right.
I didn't listen to it. So I feel like, especially for me, if I finish it on Kindle, it has to be a minimum of a 3.
Okay, I'll give you that. I will give you that. Yeah, no, I'll go with 2. It was It wasn't bad, but
Yeah.
like it just didn't appeal to me.
Yeah.
But we read it. It was in the jar for whatever reason that we don't know or can't remember. We read it. This is our opinion, and
Take it or leave it.
yep.
All right. Anything else you want to say before I close this out?
Nope.
All right. All right, team. Thank you so much for joining on this episode of Bones in the Story. If you have read Toxic or any of other of Nicole Blanchard's books, we would love to know. You can tag us on Instagram at Bones of the Story, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for joining us on the journey into the shadows of love, where dark romance stories come to light.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Bones of the Story as much as we did. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. Your feedback means the world to us.
And to stay updated on all things dark romance, follow us on social media. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
We'd also love to hear from you. Share your thoughts, ideas, or even your own dark romance stories with us. Drop us a line at bonesofthestory@gmail.com.
Remember, our next tantalizing episode is just around the corner, so keep your hearts open and your senses sharp.
Until then, embrace the darkness and let the stories continue to stir your deepest desires.
This is Misty
And Jenn,
signing off
from Bones of the Story.